riding around with, yeah. Gotta grind hard, gotta stack it every day. Yeah. Grind hard, gotta get it every day. Yeah. Grind hard, gotta stack it every day. Every way. Grind hard, gotta get it every day. No beast, no dog. I'm just really a new breed on you, dog. It hurts to say that people keep no loyalty. Work your way, real one show that loyalty. Cause I still ride with them. When I go see them, I just hit 5 with them. 20 years in, you can't get tied to it. Boys to the men, and we get tied to it, hey.
What up, y'all? Dash Kings with TG. And today we're going to talk about inward facing cameras in trucks. Is this a good or a bad idea? Now, a lot of you guys out there, you company drivers out there, you probably got to deal with this more so than your owner ops, people who have their own trucks. Um, Apparently, Prime Inc. has been one of the latest companies to install in over 2,700 vehicles or equipment that they have, drivers that is, um, who's implemented this inward facing camera. Now, it's a good and a bad thing to this. I'm gonna give you my opinion before we get into it. The good thing is you can actually see how a person is reacting to whatever bullshit is happening on outside. So say um the trucker did everything necessary to avoid an accident and you actually see it compared to not being able to see it. Not only does it help as far as insurance for the company, but it helps clear that driver's name, right? But the bad thing is when is the recording stop? Now, we all know some truckers is nasty. You on the road, you by yourself, you know, you know, uh, 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 uh X XNXX X videos, etc. You should already know what I'm coming at when I say any porn site, right? So when does the recording stop? And is it infringing on uh your personal space? That is it infringing on it? Because some of that technology, it actually reads your eyes. Now, before I got into this trucking industry, I actually dealt with that when I was a delivery driver for Amazon. And when I tell you, it could be a headache because they ding you even if you say, if you look down real quick, say if you drop a piece of gum that you was trying to put in your mouth and you accidentally dropped it and you happen to look down to pick it up, that can be actually a strike, and your driver manager or whoever can actually call you and talk to you about that. They'll question you about that. So when it comes to stuff like that, yeah, it can be a little bit, you know, a little bit of a headache, bro. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people ain't necessarily getting hip to that, man. I don't think a lot of us out here are really liking, you know, a inward facing camera. You know what I'm saying? Um, Let me share my screen real quick. We gonna see what some of this stuff actually is. Give me 1 second. All right. So, okay, let me make that big so you guys can see it. So it says inward facing cameras, also known as driver facing cameras, are surveillance tools that are often mounted on a dashboard or windshield of a truck. They can record the driver's face, upper body, and sometimes cab environment. Keynote, sometimes cab environment. That leads me to the question, like, when is the camera turn off? But anyway, these cameras can record continuously or when specific incidents occur, such as weaving, drowsiness, or sudden stops. So they're selling it as safety protocol. right? That's what they're selling it as. But my question is it infringing? Is it infringing on what your rights as far as you know, just being in your truck? Like, sometimes, people get in their truck, they get naked. They do what they do. You changing clothes. You doing a lot of personal stuff in there. That's a studio apartment, for a lack of better terms, for you people that don't drive trucks. But for you truckers, you know what I'm saying, right? So anyway, I'm gonna share with y'all a video regarding reasons why companies are doing it, and they're gonna pretty much harp on the insurance policies, which is cool for the company, but is it good for the driver? Give me 1 second. Oh no, hold on. My bad, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right.
Harsh event detected. So let's talk a little bit about how these dash cams are going to help you prove your innocence. I mean, before we had these dash cams, our drivers used to get blamed for everything and anything that happens on the road. So our driver can be in his lane and somebody would bump into the driver, and then they would accuse our driver for not staying in his lane. But that's nonsense. Our driver was in his lane, and the driver's statement said that he was in his lane, but there was no way to prove the driver's innocence. Well, today, when somebody smashes into our truck, just like this example over here, this is a live example. You have here our driver driving straight, and you have a minivan coming in from the third lane and basically smashing into him. I mean, this could have been a death on the road. This could have been a major accident had they been driving a little bit faster, right? So it's these.
And okay, now I see exactly what he's saying, but don't you have outward facing cameras for that exact reason? I mean, obviously the trucker was maintaining his lane. He was probably going at the speed that his truck is governed to, which is probably 62 to 65 miles an hour, right? And obviously you seen the four-wheeler do some four-wheeler shit, right? And what I'm asking is, isn't that what the outward facing camera, isn't that what that's for, is to see what's going on the outside of the truck, not necessarily the inside? Yeah, you can see his reaction, but I mean, if you can clock how fast he's going, you can see that he's maintained his lane through the outward camera. What would be the point of having an inward camera? Pay attention.
Dash cams that are saving our drivers from getting pinned on everything. You know, in the US, they have this 1% rule. It drives me freaking crazy. But they have this 1% rule. If they can prove that your driver was even 1% guilty, they can pin the claim or a portion of the claim onto the insurance company of the truck. All right. So, for example, if there's a collision and if your driver is even 1% found guilty, they can pin that accident on your driver. Okay, so these dash cams have helped us multiple times get out of jams. They prove the driver innocence, especially when they say that your driver was not focused. So it shows you the front-facing camera and it shows you the driver-facing camera. All right, so when the driver is looking straight and it shows us his speed. They cannot pin the accident on our driver. There's been so many times, in truck stops, on the highways, on the road, at the shippers, at the receivers, that things happen to the truck or somebody smashes into them, and these dash cams are proving our driver's innocence. We don't get half as many claims as we used to, and nobody pins anything on us anymore that we didn't do anything wrong, right? But before, without these dash cams, even we were right, they would still pin it on us, and it was nearly impossible to prove the driver's innocence.
So again, to me, it looks like it's more for the company than it is necessarily for the driver, right? Um, it's more of a insurance saving, money saving type of deal. is what I'm getting from it. It's not necessarily to help the driver, that is, although they sell it in that way. But it's like, hell, what can you do when you a new booty driver and you just trying to get into a company then to get your 100,000 miles so that you can do whatever it is that you're trying to do after that, right? Or possibly stay for 10 years or whatever with that company or whatever, right? What can you do? Me personally, I think it's more so for companies. It's not to the benefit of the trucker. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at _kings. And always remember, man, put your seatbelts on and get ready for this ride. See you next time.
How many ride with no kin? When we was kids, used to share a nigga rib. And when things got crazy, a nigga spin the bin. And if things get crazy, a nigga split the wig. Yeah. I'm just grinding, dog. I don't need no haters, all. If it's not about the bitch, it means you just talking, dog. Riding around with yeah. Gotta grind hard, gotta stack it, yeah.